Ba-ba-da. Guys, it's week number 13 in the National Football League. Week 13 already, my goodness. Guys, you're watching World of Matchups, NFL Handicapping Podcast, coming to you live and direct from the home of the handicap, Las Vegas, Nevada. My name is Dexter Reid, your host, my co-host and producer and founder of World of Matchups on the other side of the glass. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in a man that needs no introduction anywhere in the civilized free world, Spencer the Wiz. Good morning, Spencer. How are you today?
I'm good. I was eating on Thanksgiving, man. I had some really good bets in there, so I'm excited. NBA season's in full swing too, and that's my favorite sport to bet. And I'm starting to cook on that, so it's been fun.
Let's
I've got a
go.
little streak going right now.
Yeah, let's make a little money. Before we get into the games, man, let's just do a quick little recap of your thoughts of each game on Thursday, starting with the Lions. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean the game in a way went exactly how I thought it would. To sound strange, I ended up taking a bunch of points for the Packers, but I did feel confident in the back of my mind, like there's a pretty good chance that they're going to just outright win this game because the simple matter is that the Lions aren't very good. They're not terrible. They're certainly not a bottom feeder of the team, but I'm certainly not afraid that they would make a push for the Super Bowl this year. They had their chance and they ruined it. Now,
Yeah.
I also think the coaching staff for them ruined it last year personally because both of them had one foot out the door and they were ready to pack up and leave. I don't think they were dedicated to the playoff push at all. But you can go back to that year before where they ruined it against the 49ers. And I think they really did. I think they could have won the Super Bowl that year. And I think it's just hard because I feel like those doubts start to creep into the back of your mind, whether the team wants it to or not. I think they are now feeling that. And I think they're trying to recover. And certainly there is going to be a transitional period between coaches. And it's not always going to work out perfectly at first. But I don't know. Anytime you have someone switch offensive play calling in the middle of the year, I think that's a really bad thing in my opinion. So I think you saw it.
Lions are in trouble. How about the Cowboys?
Yeah, I mean, Cowboys aren't a bad team. I knew it's like they've had some really bad weeks for sure, but their offense is it's great. And I would like to give a lot of credit to Schottenheimer for being able to do that. No one gave them a shot in the world. I didn't.
Yeah, they look great,
now,
man.
now you got to talk about what you're seeing on the field. Defensively, they're not great. They did make some nice moves silently at the trading deadline. One was very loud, obviously, with the Jets, but you have guys like Logan Wilson now making plays for them. And the thing is, when you have a high-flying offense like that, it's not sustainable. So, again, I don't think they're going to win a Super Bowl. But you can do it in the regular season because, their mentality is you just need to get us, a stop. We're going to score the points. We just need you to get a stop. And you're seeing them do that now where they're just that in that one little spot, all you need is the Cowboys to get the ball back. And if they can do that, then they have a good chance to win. So, obviously, that was a great win for them.
It really was. Ravens.
The Ravens aren't very good. But you know what? First of all, their defense has been disappointing all year, no doubt. But I think the biggest piece of the puzzle is that Lamar Jackson is, very simply put, not healthy. He's playing. He's not healthy.
Yeah.
Because we've talked about this. Lamar Jackson's great, but he's only a half decent passer. The thing that makes him so special is his ability to run and what it did for them. Well, if he can't run, he's just your run-of-the-mill quarterback, in my opinion. I think you're seeing that. Mechanically, he's not the most sound ever. Doesn't make the most incredible passes. It's when he does those things in tandem with his running that makes him so good, but he can't do that right now. He may not be popping up on the injury list, but we can all see it with our eyes on the field.
Yeah, 1,000%. Eagles.
I watched that game.
It was the most boring Black Friday game of all time.
Jalen Hurts always looks like he's on the verge of quitting, doesn't he? He's just always.
The Eagles play football like they hate each other.
Yeah, I know.
Seriously,
he just won a Super Bowl and they don't like each other.
They hate each other. They hate each other, and the fans hate each other too. The Eagles are such a weird team this year, man. What a weird. The whole
they have all the talent they need to win another Super Bowl, and they don't play like it at all.
And AJ Brown's finally happy. You know what I mean? But I only feel like AJ Brown is happy if they lose and he puts up stats. It was a weird Thursday and a weird Friday for me. The Lions are cooked. Quite simply, The defense is not good enough. They are literally going to lament not taking those points in San Francisco for the next 2 decades because that was their shot to win a Super Bowl. The Packers, to me, aren't very, much better, but they played a lot better than the Lions did. And the Lions, they just have these collapses at home under the lights all the time. I can't waste too much time talking about them. To me, the Cowboys, man, they've really done a great turnaround here. Getting Quinnen Williams, was really, really good. Logan Wilson, really, really good. I mean, it's helping mitigate the disaster that was, giving up Micah Parsons. They have such a great offense. Sign George Pickens right now. Give that boy a blank check. I think the Chiefs are absolutely cooked. Defense is not good enough. The officiating was horrible in that game, but what Chief fan's going to complain about officiating? You know what I mean? Like, you've gotten breaks for years. Like, the tide has turned now, man, and you got to be able to stop people. The defense is not good enough. The secondary is not good enough. McDuffie has come back to earth. He looks very average. And they're failing Patrick Mahomes because they didn't get anybody that can really run the ball. Chiefs are in trouble. Hey, look, Tom Brady went 10 years without winning anything. This is their time. Will they fall apart like a house of cards the rest of the way? Who knows? But they got 5 games to get it together, and I don't think they make the playoffs this year. And, guys, I'm perfectly fine with that. As far as the Ravens, Lamar's not a winner. I keep saying this on this podcast. I mean, they've had a nice little resurgence after being 1-5, but Lamar's not healthy, guys. What do you want? You know what I mean? At this point, you'd be better off just shutting the guy down if he's not healthy. Why get him hurt worse again? Like, it just doesn't make sense. But you've had your best opportunities to go to the Super Bowl and win it. You've choked them away, and now you are losing games in your building to horrible teams. The Ravens season, as far as I'm concerned, it's over as well. And back to the Eagles, I've never seen a team with that much talent hate each other so much, man. There's so much dissension. Nick Sirianni's a weirdo. I mean, literally, like, you see what happens when Saquon is not going scorched earth. They're a very average team. The defense got pushed around yesterday. Dude, Monungai and Swift both had 100 yards rushing in Philly. Guys, that has not happened to a Chicago running back duo since 1985. Dude, half of you Eagles fans weren't even alive back then. I mean, we're talking about stats that haven't happened. The Eagles are going to go to the playoffs, but look, they're not looking good at all. Just like neither one of us were looking good at all last week. I had my worst week of the season at 3-10. Spencer was 6-7. My goodness, make the bleeding stop. We got to get back on track here. For the season, I am 85-80. Spencer 77-88 against the spread. Give us some winners, please. Super Bowl pick Jesus. Set it off, Spencer. Let's get started with game number 1.
Yeah, you can't listen to me until the afternoon starts. For some reason, that's the only games that I'm like always on top of.
Both of us start so slow every week.
It's brutal.
Let's roll.
All right, let's go to Jacksonville. They're going to Tennessee to play the Titans. Oh man, the Jaguars
to make it this game.
They have to win in overtime against the Arizona Cardinals. Tennessee ended up playing a stupidly decent game. I won my teaser ticket because obviously I teased down Seattle, but geez, that game was 10 times closer than it should have been.
Yep.
I don't think lightning can strike twice, to be honest with you. We've seen the Jacksonville Jaguars be able to put up a lot of points. Tennessee scored what last game? 24. I can see the same score, 24-30, right? The Jaguars can score 30 points. And if you do that at a 5.5-point spread, that's a cover. And I think that's what they're predicting in a sense. I'll take the Jaguars just because they're a better team. And I hate betting on the Titans. I've been right more than I'm wrong with that. And so
is it 5.5 or is it 6?
I don't know. I see 5.5.
Okay, so we'll go with what you got. Jags minus 5.5 for Spencer. Cam Ward looked a lot better last week, man. He looks like his progression as an NFL quarterback is starting to pay off, starting to use his legs. Titans have a couple good players. I mean, I love Jeffrey Simmons. The problem with me is I just don't trust Jacksonville, man. I don't care what their record is. every time I say this, they go out and put up a decent performance. I mean, they have beaten some good teams this year. I mean, they bullied the Chargers. I mean, they beat the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs beat themselves. I just don't trust Trevor Lawrence, man. I just don't. Something about this game is off for me. I'm going to take the Titans plus 5.5 at this point. I mean, I've been going the other way now for weeks, and I've been losing a lot of these games, but I mean, what have you got to lose, man? No one's going to think the Titans can pull this off. I do. You know what I mean? I just don't think the Jacksonville Jaguars are any good. I mean, they've ruined Brian Thomas, who will be back. I mean, the Titans play the run okay. I just keep seeing like shades in my head of like the Titans team that took, the Broncos to the mat and almost won that game. I mean, they're in a lot of these games, man. The fact that they took Seattle and covered on a very high-powered Seattle offense, which to me, the offense and defense is better than the Jags. I don't see why they can't do it again. Lightning doesn't strike twice often, but I think it strikes twice here. I'm taking Cam Ward, the Titans plus 5.5 on some pull and pray shit. I think they can do it, and that's what I'm going to stand on if I have to stand on it alone.
All right, let's hop over. It's the Atlanta Falcons. They're visiting the New York Jets. Whew, this is the worst game ever. I'm going to will something into existence. I was right about the Browns game last week, and I'm trying to make the Cosmos open up the scene for the Raiders to get the second overall pick. So this is more wishful thinking on my end. But I'll take the Jets plus 2.5 at home. The Falcons got a win last week, which is, again, very important for the Raiders. They don't own their pick, but their value of their pick still goes up and down with their wins or losses. I think Kirk Cousins stinks. I think Breece Hall is very good. And so when you combine those two things together, I think you have a chance to do something. I mean, obviously, they believe the line's going to be very close. And Jets fans will be there. Breece Hall is still very good. It's Tyrod Taylor, too, which should give you a small idicum of confidence, I suppose. It's not that I love it. It's just one of those things that I want it to be right. I think that's what it comes. I want desperately for the Jets to win this game. And so I've always I feel like I've taken the Falcons all year long, too, and they've done nothing but let me down endlessly. And so I'm hoping that they'll let everyone down. I feel like this is just going to be really popular, like minus 2.5 for the Falcons. I feel like this is going to be one of the most bet games of the week. And I think it could potentially turn out like it did against the Dolphins, where it's like, well, what do you mean the Falcons are playing the Dolphins? This is an easy win. And the Jets are terrible, I know, but so are the Dolphins.
So bad. The Jets are worse than the Dolphins by a lot. I mean, the Jets just traded away two of their best players. I don't know. I hear what you're saying. Raheem Morris is coaching for his job, man. They lose 5 in a row. They finally pull it one together. I mean, Kirk Cousins looks serviceable. He's not great. He's old, but he knows how to command an offense, and he's still got a live arm. I mean, is he any worse than Joe Flacco, who's twice his age? I mean, the Jets are no world beaters. I know they got Breece Hall, but the Atlanta defense has come to play in spots this year. I mean, they've had moments where they've shut, the other team down running the ball, which is what the Jets are going to have to do.
Very good.
Yeah, I mean, no Garrett Wilson. I mean, the Jets are just. Here's the deal: the Jets don't want to win. If you're a Jet fan in the stands at MetLife tomorrow, you're hoping they'd lose the game. And so I think for all intents and purposes, while they might be trying to win, they're also going to be trying to lose at the same time. To me, that spells doom for a team like the Jets that aren't very good no matter who they had in there to begin with. I'm going to take the Falcons minus 2.5. I don't feel good on it because the Falcons have burned me a lot this year too, but they have also backdoor covered a lot for me as well. They're the weirdest team in the NFL. They really are, man. The Atlanta Falcons literally are like an anxiety panic attack every single week. It's like they they flip a coin and decide what team they're going to be this week. And I hope this week it's heads and they go out and head to the Meadowlands and get a W because, I mean, Raheem Morris is going to get fired if they keep losing games. Like, they lose like 10 of their last 12 games, man. He's done. And I think the guy's coaching for his life. Michael Penix is done. Darnell Mooney is so-so. Drake London is dead. I mean, this is a horrible game, man. It really, really is. But I'd be stupid to think that they're not 2.5-point favorites better than the hapless Jets. I'm taking the Falcons with a decent amount of confidence here.
You should. Uh, let's go to the Rams. They're visiting Carolina to play the Panthers, and the Rams are -10. That's fine with me. I mean, the Carolina Panthers are such a bizarre team.
Really are.
And obviously, more specifically, it's Bryce Young who's the one who's bizarre. This guy had 450 yards, 3 touchdowns 2 weeks ago. And last week, he can't even throw 100 yards. It's like, how
feast
do
or
you do
famine. Feast or famine, the Carolina Panthers, man.
It's like he flips a coin and he sticks to the decision of it. I don't know. Like, I say that, and this is going to be Bryce Young's best game of his career or something. He's going to have 500 yards and 4 touchdowns, but I'm just not banking on that. I mean, we've seen these, like, just poor games. Like, not even like, oh, that was a pretty bad game, like a touchdown and an interception or something. No, he'll have like 90 yards, 3 interceptions. Like, it's just mind-boggling. But this Rams team, dude, I feel like they're destined for the Super Bowl this year. I haven't looked, but it wouldn't surprise me if they were Super Bowl favorites. Their offense is just so hard to stop on every level, and they don't even run the ball that much. I mean, obviously, they don't need to, but wow, it's very impressive in my opinion. So, I think they could score 20 points in the first quarter, and I don't even know if Carolina can keep up because that Rams defense certainly isn't bad, and they could take advantage of this matchup easily.
I love the Rams here. I think the Rams could go to the Super Bowl and win it as well. I mean, they got the head coach, they got the quarterback who's going to be MVP. I mean, it's time to give Matt Stafford his flowers. The guy's a statue. I mean, literally, it's just an arm in the backfield. It's an arm and a mouth that makes a call and an arm that makes a throw. He does absolutely nothing else. And the guy might have like 45 touchdowns. It's really impressive to see, man. Sean McVay is a genius drawing these plays up for him and Puka. And as long as both those guys are on the field, man, they're going to go deep in the playoffs. I think they could beat the Eagles. I do. I mean, they had the Eagles dead to rights in Philly, and they blew the game. I think if they get another shot at it, Philly could be in trouble here. -10 sounds right to me, man, simply because you just don't know what you're getting from Carolina. Literally, and I've picked wrong with Carolina every single week. I have Bryce Young in a fantasy league. Every time I start him, he does nothing. Every time I benched him, he's Tom Brady. You just can't figure it out. And so I'm done trying to be like weird about it. I'm just taking the better team. And the Rams are the better team. Better defense, better quarterback, better wide receivers, better coach, better special teams. They're better on every single front. The only problem is that they're traveling, and who cares, man? Who cares? The way these NFL players get coddled and how cushy things are for these guys, it's almost like being teleported from LA to Carolina. They're going to have no problem covering this 10. I'll be absolutely shocked if they come out flat here because they're on a mission for the 1 seed. And I mean, Carolina, they've had a nice resurgence, man. They look good, but you just don't know what team you're going to get. There's just zero consistency. They look so flat on Monday. They just play with no purpose. I mean, the Niners are no world beaters either, man. They have zero defense to speak of, and they could do absolutely nothing versus that team. I like what they're doing. I just think they're a ways away, and this is probably the best team they're going to face all year. And I think they get eviscerated, honestly. Kyron Williams is a very unsung hero. They can run the ball, stop the run, play good defense. They're the total package the Rams are right now. And if you think for a second that there's going to be new blood in the Super Bowl this year, which I do, go put some money on the Rams to make it right now because a lot of people think that the Eagles are just going to waltz back in. I'm not so sure that's going to happen. I like the Rams in a big way here, and I'm going to make them my best bet.
All right, let's hop over to another terrible game. It's the New Orleans Saints. They're traveling to Miami to play the Dolphins. And the Dolphins are -5.5. I can't in good conscience take the Saints here. Big part of it is that Miami's at home. And when you look back to that game last week and you look at what Bijan Robinson did, he didn't have that many carries, and he ended up with 70 yards, but he was averaging 5 yards a carry. I mean, Devon Achane is essentially the best running back in the NFL, or at the very least, like
He's
top
up there.
3.
He's top 3 or 4.
And I think they're gonna like the Falcons have no idea how to get Bijan Robinson the ball in any sort of meaningful way. He's one of the most underutilized players, in my opinion, and he still had a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here comes Miami, who knows how to spam Devon Achane. I don't know however you want to call it, but I take any Devon Achane over,
Mm-hmm.
over receptions, receiving yards, rushing yards, a player to score 2 touchdowns. Like all of those, I have interest in. I don't know which one I'm going to nail down. I'm kind of most interested in 2 touchdowns in this game, but it is so tempting because there's your 2 bad teams and you're getting a +5.5. It seems like a lot, but I just feel like Miami's going to be able to score a bunch of points in this game, and the Saints, they just stink, man. They're just not very good. Tyler Shuck had like 1 good game, and now he's back to being Tyler Sucks.
Yeah,
And so
man.
if they played in New Orleans, I would be interested in this +5.5 because I do feel like there's a good bit of juice like playing in that building, but they're in Miami, and I just don't think that's going to bode well for the Saints in this one.
Yep, I agree. Coming off a bye at home, sun will be out, decent weather. Dolphins can score. Feed Achane the ball 1,000,000 times, and they should win the game going away. I mean, McDaniel, they've been just dangling this carrot in front of him about him keeping his job, and this is just one more step to him doing that. They like him in Miami, I think. I really do. I think they like that kind of head coaching philosophy that he brings. He's kind of a nerd, kind of a weirdo. It's like they want him to kind of be a Sean McVay, which he's not. And he's not a leader of men. But Miami's a weird team, man. I mean, I think Darren Waller is back or his window is open, might play. Who knows? I don't think it matters. Saints aren't very good. Alvin Kamara is out for this game. Chris Olave is banged up. Even the backup Devin Neal is banged up. And Tyler Shuck had 1 good game and gassed us all, and now he's back to smelling like shit again. I mean, if this doesn't scream 7-point win for the Dolphins, something is wrong here. I'm taking them with confidence as well. The Dolphins are not that bad. They're bad, but they're not that bad. I mean, they traded Jalen Phillips. They're thinking about their future while playing for their present. That's who they are. They're trying to figure out, do we want to tank or do we want to win? At the same time, they're a very bizarro team as well. There's a lot of these weird teams in the NFL right now, man. I mean, they just haven't been the same since Tyreek got hurt. But Waddle is good. HN is good. If Waller's there, he's good. And if you get good to it, you're gonna score 30 points. Can the Saints score 20? I don't think they can. I'm taking Miami. Fins up -5.5 with confidence.
Okay, let's go to the Cardinals. They're playing against Tampa Bay. The Bucks are -3.5 at home.
Here comes Bucky.
Wow. Oh, man. Tampa Bay's they're no good, man. I've been going against them. I've been winning all these weeks. Cardinals just played a tough game. It was against the Cardinals. I'm going to take the Bucks here, man. You can't get more desperate than you are now. Mm-hmm. They've been sliding. You're at home. They've played some tough games too. I mean,
tough teams, really, man.
Playing top tier playoff teams.
LA, Seattle. They played hard games, man. Baker's hurt.
I think you're just going to get into a meat grinder here, man. These Bucks they're just going to have a little extra going for them. And it's not like the Cardinals can't get blown out with Jacoby Brissett. We've already seen it.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like the hook is really trying to convince you, but I think this is going to be a pretty resounding win for the Buccaneers, who, like in basketball where you just need to see it go through the net. I feel like it's like one of those games where they've been deconstructed and now they got to build themselves back up to win the division. I'm not talking about winning playoff games, even to just win the division in this and make the playoffs and go from there. They were so good for so long, and they've just sprang a leak in the boat, man. And they got to do some patchwork. I think this is their chance to do that.
Yeah. It's going to take more than a shoulder sprain, AC joint sprain, whatever he's dealing with for Baker Mayfield to not play in this game. It's really that simple, man. Baker's still a dog. He's got that dog in him. They're at home. I believe Bucky Irving is back. I mean, you see what happens when they don't have him on the field. I mean, Sean Tucker and Rashad White have been good. They've been more than serviceable, actually. Problem with the Bucks is their defense, man. It's so buns.
It's been bad for a long
It's
time.
been bad for a while. It wasn't as bad early on because they could hide how bad they were by scoring 35-40 because they had Mike Evans and, Emeka Ekbuka was like playing like Jerry Rice early on. I think they kind of get back to form here now that Bucky's back. I do, man. Arizona Cardinals, they're backdoor cover kings this year, but there's just something about them. Their run game is really banged up. Trey Benson's not back yet. Is MHJ going to play? Even if he does play, man, they don't feed him the ball properly. It's just Trey McBride and everybody else. And if I go into the game plan, I'm Todd Bowles. I'm saying anyone else but Trey McBride can beat me in this game. Anybody else, I don't care. But we are not letting Trey McBride beat us in this game. No tight end should be taking down a whole team, not named Prime Travis Kelce, and so we're not letting it happen. And if they do that, they're going to cover this 3.5 because the cupboard's pretty much bare everywhere else. I know Michael Wilson's been coming on for, the Arizona Cardinals. To me, I just haven't seen it consistently enough to bet them here. Their season's over. Everyone's hurt. What are they playing for, man? Kyler Murray, I mean, Jonathan Gannon's in big trouble. The team is trash. Well, let's be honest. It wouldn't shock me to see them backdoor this team, but I just think the more desperate team is the Bucks. The Bucks believe that they're still in this. They still got a chance to make the lofts, man. You know what I mean? They peaked early, and now they're trying to claw their way back into it. I think they do here. I think Emeka Egbuka has a big game here too, man. And I think you're going to see the heart of a champion in Baker Mayfield, who's clearly going to play hurt. But I'm taking them minus the 3.5 despite all of that because I'm a firm believer in Baker Mayfield, and I think this team has got enough to beat a hapless Cardinals team. Fire the cannons in Tampa. Let's roll.
All right, let's go to my best bet of the season. I'd go that far, man. It's the 49ers are going to Cleveland to play the Browns, and the 49ers are minus 5.5. That was one of the most important losses in Raiders franchise history, in my opinion. Really, truly a franchise-altering, like, for the future type of loss. The Raiders are now creeping up towards the first spot for a quarterback. The Titans are also, I think, in a franchise-altering position too, because you have 3 teams that need a quarterback, and you're going to have the first overall pick. It's going to be a bidding war. I mean, that's for sure. But Shedeur Sanders is terrible. He's awful. He did have a couple of good passes, and I think he probably, I'm not saying you. I think a lot of people saw them on Twitter, and they're like, wow, that was pretty good. Every other step of that game, I mean, he threw one of the worst interceptions I've ever seen. And now he's playing against a Robert Saleh-led defense who just ate Bryce Young for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This is going to be an absolute slaughtering. Shedeur Sanders, 2 interceptions. I love that bet. I just have a high doubt. I would be legitimately, this would be the most shocking game if the Browns won this. This would be the most shocking game of the season. I don't think that's going to happen. I think the Browns get killed like 30-10. I think it could be like that bad. Shedeur Sanders is not good. I think he's really, really bad. So I guess we'll see. But yeah, this is my best bet.
I like the Browns here, man. The Browns have beaten the Niners in this building the last time they played. And I think they can win this game again. I mean, 5.5 is a lot, man, for a team that's got 0 defense. I mean, the Niners' defense is absolutely shredded. I mean, let's not act like the Browns can't score. Quinshad Judkins is one of the most slept-on rookie running backs in this class, dude. I think they're going to hide Shedeur well in this game, well enough to where he's not having to go win the game. He's going to have to manage the game. Black Alex Smith. You know what I mean? Black Trent Dilfer. That's what you're going to see here. And you're not going to ask him to do too much, man. This is his home debut in front of his kingdom. All of the dog pound is going to be there to see, is this guy really any good? Or did we take him because we just were forced into something else? You're going to see. Dion's going to be there. 5.5 is way too much for a team with no Nick Bosa. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think if they run the ball and play solid defense, it wouldn't shock me to see the Browns win the game. The Browns win these kind of games at home. They do, man. They do all the time. And Brock Purdy did not look good last week, man. He did not. Brock Purdy's one of those quarterbacks I don't think is worth the money. He's good, but I don't think he's great. He's good because he's surrounded by weapons. Okay, you give him CMC, Ricky Pearsall, Juwan Jennings, you give him Brandon Ayuk, you give the guy George Kittle. I mean, he's surrounded by Super Bowl caliber players. Of course he's going to look good. But when he doesn't have those guys, or when he doesn't have a defense, and when he's not at home, when he's playing outside in inclement weather in Cleveland, it's a trap game if I ever saw one, man. And I agree, Shedeur Sanders is buns. Sucks. But there's a lot of different narratives at play here, man. This is his home debut versus a team, in my estimation, that is fool's gold. The Niners are good because they've played absolutely no one. They've had a signature win when they went and beat the Rams, and I'll give them that because that's a humongous W. But I'm still not sold on them. I think they're one and done in the playoffs. I really do. You have to have defense to win. And Myles Garrett is on a trajectory that I've never seen a defensive player be on in about the last 15, 20 years. He's got 12 sacks for the fourth straight season, man. He's going to go after Brock Purdy here, man. I could see the Niners winning this game by a field goal. Eddie Pinheiro at the gun. I'm taking the Browns here. I'm taking the Browns with confidence here too, man. I'm just one of these people that's not sold on the Niners, man. The Niners are regular season champion. They just are. And then when they have to show up, man, they fall apart. And they've had a lot of injuries this year. I know Shadeur's not good, man. Just don't have any negative plays, yo. Don't run backwards and everything will be fine. Quinshon Judkins 30 times here. Take all his overs here. Take all Quinshon Judkins overs here, guys. I'm telling you. They're going to have a big day in Cleveland. And I think they keep this game close enough to cover the 5.5.
Let's hop over to the Houston Texans. They are playing the Colts. Wow. Should be a pretty decent game. I haven't heard on CJ Stroud recently. I feel like it's still up in the air. It could be wrong.
He's cleared to play, I think, next week? Or is it this week? I'll look. I wanted to make he's clear.
Because that's a big difference in my opinion. It's a tough game, but regardless, I am going to take I'm going to take the Houston Texans. I think he is set to return.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Daniel Jones, he's cooked.
He is.
No one wants to. I mean, you've heard the rumblings. He fractured his something terrible, like his fibula or something. I mean, credit to the guy. He's tough, really tough. But once you hit an NFL field, dude, these guys are gonna smell blood in the water. I don't even see Daniel Jones finishing the season, to be honest, and I'm not wishing that upon him. And he's essentially the comeback player of the year so far. But this Houston defense is so nasty, man.
They're ferocious.
They were terrible on offense in the start of the year, and it was causing them to lose all these games. But consistently, dude, Will Anderson, Danielle Hunter, these guys are both in the top 10 in sacks together. Two guys. You don't see that very often. That is domination. I think you're going to see that here. I think the Texans are going to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting plus 3.5. I love this one. This one really screams out to me that Daniel Jones goes down early because he's going to get killed in this game. I don't know if he can take all of that. He looks like his leg is ready to fall apart. And I think it quite literally is. So, and I know that at home and that does count for something, but this Houston Texans team's on a good roll right now, even with Davis Mills. They just had a huge win against Buffalo. And so I think that the momentum gets carried over, especially with CJ Stroud back.
I love Houston here. absolutely love Houston. I saw everything I needed to see from the Colts when they played Kansas City. It told me everything I needed to know about the Colts. The Colts are one of these teams that they've played really, really well early. They've gotten a couple breaks late. There's a couple games they won they shouldn't have won. I'll tell you that flat out. The Cardinals had that team dead to rights, and the refs bailed them out. Daniel Jones does not have Jonathan Taylor running the ball at a high clip. They cannot win. They're one of these teams that can only win one way, and they need Jonathan Taylor. If Jonathan Taylor's not a 100-yard rusher and at least a touchdown, they cannot win. They can't. If you are relying on Daniel Jones's arm to go win you the game, you're losing the game. And this is a bad matchup for them, man. This is a bad spot. And he's not healthy. And he's not running. Houston is coming for these fools, man. I think the Colts were fool's gold. I've been saying it all year. They're great. They're a very, very good team with a very good defense. So don't get me wrong. But if Jonathan Taylor is 17 carries for 45 yards, they do not win. Period. End of statement. I can't put it any more flat than that. And this Houston Texans defense, to me, is the best in the league. They are absolutely ferocious. Guys, it's very rare you see Josh Allen get taken apart the way they took him apart. Dude, they had Josh Allen on the mat almost in tears. The guy was writhing in pain. 8 sacks. 8. Now, I know their front four and that line is a little bit better than what Buffalo was working with, but I'm not sold on Daniel Jones. I think the shine is coming off the wax job here, and you're starting to see them for what they really are, a team that has to manage Daniel Jones and run the ball at a high clip in order to win. And I think the Houston Texans are doing that right now, except better, and they're getting their leader back, and they're giving Woody Marks the ball. And they have Nico Collins. Guys, I think the Texans win this game outright. I really do. I had no trust in Daniel Jones in this game versus a great defense. Go look at Daniel Jones's numbers. Any team he's played for, literally when he faces a top 5 defense, the guy folds like a house of cards. Take the Texans plus 2.5 and feel very good about it.
Okay, let's hop on over to the Minnesota Vikings. They're playing the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks are minus 11.5. It's a pretty big line, but I mean, what are you going to say? JJ McCarthy's terrible. And I think this rookie is actually set to start. JJ McCarthy isn't going to be the starting quarterback for Minnesota next year, obviously.
One and done.
They can't afford to.
We're wasting Jets.
Going on. They're wasting the whole team.
Wasting Hawkinson. They're wasting the whole team.
Their team is ready for a quarterback to be good, and they don't have one.
You should have signed Sam Darnold, man. The guy spit blood for you for a year. You should have given him a contract. And now, this is the Sam Darnold revenge game.
I like Seattle. What is this rookie going to do, man? I think Seattle's going to eat him up.
Oh, my God. This guy's going to get
Seattle's
killed.
At home. There's just going to be that extra juice. And, I like Sam Darnold over 1.5 passing touchdowns for a player prop. If I'm building a ticket, I really like that a lot. And so I don't know what Minnesota, unless, I don't know. I doubt this random kid is going to come in and do anything for him.
Max Brosmer's not doing anything, bro. Come on. And you're facing a team that eviscerates bad teams early at home. My son's going to be at this game. I mean, it all speaks to a resounding Seattle W here. They are absolutely wasting their star players. And J.J. McCarthy's not good. You see some of the balls J.J. McCarthy was throwing last week, and now he's got this mystery concussion. He's not concussed. He sucks. He sucks, and you're saving face. How many times does J.J. McCarthy have to be injured for you to realize that he's not the guy? You should have paid Sam Darnold, and he's going to let you know about it tomorrow, man. They're going to eviscerate this team. Minnesota is not good. I don't care how good your defense is. If you can't score points, you can't win. You can't win. JSN to the moon. And those two running backs are just going to methodically grind this out. And that defense is going to make this rookie pay. This is one of my favorite bets. Don't be scared of a big line, dude. No one knows who Max Brosmer is. This guy was bagging groceries at Walmart yesterday. take Seattle with confidence in their building, in the bad weather, with the revenge game narrative, the run game on fleek, the defense playing like it's a playoff game. They're going to destroy Minnesota. And Minnesota's got some work to do here, man, because Kevin O'Connell, this is a wasted year. This is a wasted year for Jets. This is a wasted year, man. You killed Addison here. Hawkinson is borderline. Hawkinson is droppable in all formats. Dynasty, redraft. They've ruined it. They've ruined this guy. They can't get him the ball. It's sad, man. I hate seeing great players be wasted. I do. And he's the number one guy being wasted this year, and it's got to be frustrating for him. Now you're being thrown the ball from Max Brosmer. Dude, I'd rather have the jugs machine throwing me balls than this guy. Give me the Seattle Seahawks minus 11.5 with a boatload of confidence. Do not be scared of big lines.
All right, let's go to the Buffalo Bills. They're visiting Pittsburgh to play the Steelers. Ugh, gross. Bills are -3. All of these teams stink, to be honest. They're just not very good. I'm going to take the Bills here. I don't love it, but I don't love either of these teams.
I hate both these teams.
Steelers defense has been disappointing from start to finish. Never ends. I don't know. I don't have any real reason. I know, and I like Pittsburgh just sucks at home, dude. They'll just lose.
Sucks, period.
They don't care. Like, they'll just be ass, like, in front of everybody. I know they just played a close game against Chicago, but I don't know, man. It doesn't fill me with a boatload of confidence. Aaron Rodgers is like, he's hurt, he's playing. They're just kind of a nothing burger. And the Bills don't excite me either, but it feels like you rarely see them put two bad games together in a row. And so I'm kind of banking on that, I guess. They need this one like badly. And I don't know, man. I just don't think that Steelers defensive front has just been so disappointing this year. They don't get enough pressure. And I know this is a game that feels like they can get back on track, and maybe they will. Like I said, I'm not putting this on any of my tickets or anything. It's not something I feel confident about. I just think the Buffalo Bills are a slightly better team, and so I'm going to take them in this one.
That's kind of how I feel about it. Rodgers will be back, but he's not 100% with that wrist. Metcalf's kind of banged up too. They're all kind of banged up in Pittsburgh. Literally, man, I said it last week too. Pittsburgh has to take the ball away to win. They can't just win a straight-up clean game. They have to create turnovers. They have to wreak havoc to win the game. And after what the Bills put on live television the last time out, I can't see them playing that bad again. They're going to shore up the pass rush. I know Deion Dawkins, I think he's out. So that's a big left tackle problem for Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen just wills this team to win this game. They played so badly, man. I mean, him and James Cook are going to win this game. They're going to have to. I just have zero faith in Pittsburgh, man. They're just one of those teams that just hangs around, but I don't think they're very good, and they can't score at a high clip, whereas I know if Buffalo has to go get it, they can go get it. I mean, they've faced the toughest defense they've faced in years, and they look horrible. There's only one way to go, and that's up here. I don't love it, but I just have a hard time seeing them play that badly 2 weeks in a row. And I hate Aaron Rodgers, so I'm going to take the Bills -3. I mean, that's it. I hate Aaron Rodgers, man. I hate him. DK Metcalf is touchdown dependent. They got nobody else. A bunch of tight ends that are boring. Jalen Warren is okay, I guess. But, like, if they don't take the ball away, they don't win. That's really the bottom line. So I'm going to take the Bills, not with a whole lot of confidence, but they should win the game to try to stay in the hunt here in the AFC.
All right, let's go to the Raiders. They're visiting the Chargers. Chargers are -8.5. Huge loss for the Raiders last week, man. I mean, it always sucks in the moment. You don't want to see your team lose, but after the dust settles and you realize what happened, the Raiders are as close as they've ever been to a franchise quarterback. I don't know. I guess you can argue since Derek Carr, and they kind of lucked into that situation. I am scared a little bit about Chip Kelly being fired. Whenever coaches get fired, the team plays a little extra hard. In their minds, they can compartmentalize and be like, "Hey, I don't, I don't know, man. Like, all right, that guy was our problem, and so they play hard because of it. I hope not, and I'm not even necessarily talking about this game. I guess I'm talking about like it scares me that the Raiders might be able to put one game together later in the season, but it's a lot of division opponents and all of them need the wins, so I think that bodes well for the Raiders losing. I'm going to take the Chargers here. I'm betting against the Chargers for the rest of the season, no matter what the line is, no matter who they're playing, because I'm just trying to wish it into existence mostly. But it's not like they're good. It's not like they're going to do anything. Talked about it. Their season has been derailed because of their offensive line. They lost the only two good pieces they had on the line. And what do you have after that? John Meredith, okay, like he could maybe be the last ancillary piece to a decent offensive line, to be fair. But if he's your best, lineman, you're screwed. And we've seen that. John Forsythe. And dude, I hate Raiders fans so much. Pete Carroll's talking about, he really likes what he saw from Forsythe, and he's playing some of the best ball of his career. He is. He played against Myles Garrett, dude. Hall of Fame, the best defensive lineman in the league. He got destroyed. Of course he did. You think you're going to find an offensive lineman off the street who's going to go one-on-one against Myles Garrett? You know what I mean? It's like people are just so stupid. Your head coach has to gas up your players. That's his job. He's the leader of them. He's not a fan. He's not impartial. He's gonna say great things about his players no matter what they do on the field, because otherwise you lose the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I think the Raiders have a favorable schedule in terms of losing because they are mostly division opponents. The Broncos desperately want to win the division. The Chargers are chasing. The Chiefs are trying to make the playoffs. Things are lining up for them. That's why I'm hoping for just one of these stupid wins from the Jets or something. And the path to the second overall pick is open for the Raiders right now. And they just have to stay on path. It sucks right now. It's depressing because they can't make it past the 50-yard line. When they got into the red zone, they called out the worst play calling ever. They can't run the ball, period. I don't blame them for not running the ball with Ashton Genty and giving him the ball. You're just going to hurt him. There's no hole that opens up. He gets hit behind the line of scrimmage every time, no matter who they play. And so why would you run the ball? Just keep this guy fresh, dude. Just the one thing I will say, if there's a benefit to this season, which sounds stupid other than the pick, is that Ashton Genty has silently been developing himself as a receiving threat this year. They've been finding new, unique ways to get him the ball, a lot of screen passes, a lot of just, flat passes. That's good because he didn't do that in college. And so if they can get it together and, maybe sign someone for agency, draft a guy, whatever the case that may end up being for the offensive line, I think it'll overall be better for his career if he's a dual threat. And if the line was good, I don't think they'd ever pass him the ball. I think they just hand the ball off to him 1,000 times. So Chargers are a better team. They're at home. They destroyed this team already. The Chargers are, generational when it comes to shitting their pants at the worst possible times. But I'm just hoping it doesn't happen. And I don't think it will. I'm going
to take the Raiders plus 8.5. This is a division game, man. Raiders have too much talent to be this bad. And I don't think the Chargers are particularly very good. I really don't, man. Herbert has not been good this year. They started off hot, but they have cooled down mightily. Their line is in shambles. Their defense is not great. I saw this team get absolutely bludgeoned by the Jacksonville Jaguars, man. I mean, come on, bro. Jaguars bullied you like that? Stop. That's too many points for me to lay in an AFC West matchup. I don't care where the game is. This is the type of game where everyone just wants the Raiders to lose. Everyone just wants the Chargers to win. And look, the Raiders are going to play hard no matter what. You guys act like this is like Rich Bisaccia coaching this team. This is Pete Carroll. His legacy is on the line with this team still, man. He's a great head coach. They want to win games. They don't want to just lose games. That's the Raiders. They flat out just got beat last week. They weren't tanking that game. They were trying actually to win the game and play hard. They got beat. And they're going to continue to go out there and put their best foot forward and try. You think Max Crosby's just going to lay down? Really? You guys think Brock Bowers is just going to lay down? These guys are going to play hard. They hate the Chargers. Hate. I get that, like, you want to will this into existence, getting this number one seed. I get it. But, like, for all intents and purposes, these games are a far call away from what's happening in the draft here. There's a lot of dust to settle still. I don't think the Chargers have played well enough recently to be favored by 9 points versus anybody, honestly. And I don't care where the game's at. Guys, there's going to be more Raider fans there than Charger fans. This is a fact. Anytime the Raiders play at SoFi, it is silver and black. They might as well walk around painting the walls while they're in there. And so I'm taking the Raiders plus 8.5. I think that they could keep this game very, very close, man. Guys, the Raiders have great skill players. The problem is their secondary and the defense is not good. But anything can happen any day because if you have Justin Herbert back there that you're relying on, you're going to be in big trouble. The guy has no protection to speak of. Raiders plus 8.5 is a play.
Let's go to Sunday Night Football. It's the Broncos. They're going to Washington to play the Commanders, and the Denver Broncos are minus 5.5. Washington stinks.
Stinks.
Plain and simple. I mean, there's no two ways about it.
This is a gimme for the Broncos.
And I think they do it, man. They now have the confidence now. I mean, they're 9-2, so they're good regardless. But I think they just have the confidence now to take it all the way. Yep. Not to the Super Bowl. I don't think they're Super Bowl contending team personally. I don't think Bo Nix is good enough, but
I don't think Nix is good enough either. But their defense and everything else is there.
This is and Washington's terrible. I think their defense is going to dominate in this game, and Denver can do just enough. They figure out ways on offense to do just enough to get through these games.
They're getting all their guys back. Singleton, the green dot, Mike linebacker, he's back. I think Surtain is coming back. I mean, Denver's in a really good position, man. Their fans need to calm down a little bit, but they should eviscerate this team, don't you think? I mean,
I think so, 100%. This is definitely going on my teaser.
This is a great teaser game. Yeah, a great teaser game. Yeah. I mean, is James Daniels even going to play? If he does it matter? Yeah, like, Washington is a bad football team this year, man. They're not good. I don't think it does. I don't think it matters who's back there. Mariota, Daniels. It is a bad spot, man.
And this Robert Griffin all over.
And this is Sunday Night Football, right? This is under the lights. This is a good opportunity for Bo Nix to shut up some of his detractors, man, because I personally am one of those people that think that this team is only going to go so far because of Bo Nix. But if he keeps putting up good performances and gets better week in and week out and then goes into the playoffs with this kind of offense and these kind of performances, they're going to be a tough out in the playoffs, man. They're going to win the division. That much is a fact. Doesn't matter what happens here on out. The division is theirs for the first time in 9 years. I mean, Denver's a good team, man. They're a quality team. Not having J.K. Dobbins is kind of a big loss, but I think they could survive it. This is a bad Washington team. I'm taking the Broncos minus 5.5, and I'm not thinking about it at all, like literally.
All right, let's go to Monday Night Football. It's the New England Patriots. They're hosting the New York Giants, and the Patriots are minus 7.
Jackson Dart's going to die in this game. Kiss your mom. Say goodbye to your family.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, dude, how many of these games are the Giants going to blow? It's killing me because every week, I think they're going to win. And so the Raiders can leapfrog them in the draft. And then you look up and you're like, what the hell? They were up by 10 with like 4 minutes left and they lose. It's so frustrating. This could be a 5-win team easily.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like the last bastion keeping the Raiders from slipping any higher in the draft, but it ain't going to happen this week in New England. They should sit Jackson Dart, dude. Just let's sim it to the end of the season or at least take it one extra week. don't put him back as soon as possible. You got to coach this guy not to get his brains bashed in like mashed potatoes. You have to spend an entire offseason like showing him how to do that. Him and Cam Scattaboo too. It's like, we enjoy the high energy that you bring to the team, but we also like you to stick around for more than 2 seasons. You know? It's like, dude, you don't want to go down the road of concussions as a quarterback. Obviously, or any player in the league, but especially the quarterback position. It leads to despair and just you got to learn to protect yourself. And I think he's going to go back out there and do the same thing, man. Like he has an interim head coach. You need a head coach to get into your quarterback's face and be like, dude, you got to stop this. I'm not calling plays for you to run anymore if you're going to do this. And so I think this is terrible. I think it's a terrible spot for him. At the very least, I think you should wait it 1 more week. You don't want to play against the Patriots when you're just coming off of concussion. I think that's bad news for them. So I like the Patriots -7 in this one.
So do I. Jackson Dart needs to learn how to slide. Interim head coach better not get this guy killed. I like the Giants rookies. I do. I like what they bring to the table. But like you said, man, there's a shelf life on NFL players. It's 3.3 years. And the way him and Scatterbo play, it's going to be half of that. You guys are looking to get hurt. I mean, look at Jeremy Shockey. The guy can hardly speak now. Like, look, it doesn't make sense to put yourself in harm's way. Learn how to play and get hit as little as possible. They're running into the wrong team. Pats are having another primetime game. The last primetime game they played well and beat the Bills in Orchard Park. Look, Giants aren't good. It's just that simple. They shouldn't be trying to win. The defense is buns. And here we come with the Pats, man. They've reinvented their team. They got a great coach. They got a great quarterback. I mean, May's going for the MVP here, man. It's going to be him and Stafford battling this thing out down the stretch. I think that they have the horses to do so, man. Travion Henderson, this could be not so much his breakout game because you've seen it, but this is going to be his primetime breakout game because it's the only game on. So what you're watching is what everyone else is watching. And I think he's going to just go nuts here, man. Abdul Carter, let's call it what it is, man. The guy has not done anything. He's been bad. Sexy Dexy's been bad. Thibodeau's been mid. Defense has not been what you wanted it to be this year if you're Big Blue, man. And they need help in that secondary, man. They really do. I think this is going to be a big-time game for Drake, man. I think the Pats roll the Giants here by at least 10 points. I'm taking them with a ton of confidence, and I'm not batting an eye doing so. The Giants suck, and they're going to suck for a while.
I think they should have taken Travis Hunter, to be honest with you.
The Giants?
Yeah. I think he would have been better utilized as an offense and defensive player for them because they need both.
They need help, man. They get just a bunch of guys, man. Isaiah Hodgins. I mean, who's that other guy that can never get on the field from Tennessee? Jalen Hyatt. I mean, they just got a bunch of just dudes, man. Darius Slayton, Wan'Dale Robinson. These guys are all C-minus players. They need a guy. You know what I mean? They need a go-to stud receiver, and they have it, but the guy's injured. You know what I mean? Neighbors is injured, and so now you're left with just a bunch of dudes, man. Theo Johnson's, I mean, they're just not good. They're not good. And Jackson Dart's career is going to be cut short. I guarantee you he's already had 3 concussions. At least already 3 that we know about and don't know about. Maybe even more. And it's why Brian Dable got canned. You got to protect your quarterback, man. Tell him to go down. Stop calling run plays for this guy like he's Michael Vick, because he's not. He's a rookie. You can't call run plays for this guy like he's Lamar circa 5 years ago. Guys, you got to be smart. You got to be smart. You're going to get the guy killed before you even get anything out of him. And so, for that reason, I love the Pats here to go pretty much universally apeshit versus this team. Giants aren't good, and they should be playing to lose. Just came in over the World of Matchups wire. Frank Ragnow, who had decided to come out of retirement for the Detroit Lions because they need all kinds of help because they're in a bad way, has failed his physical. That's how it's going for the Lions right now, guys. So if you want to know how it's going, that's how it's going for the Lions. They can't even get healthy bodies to come out of retirement. Spencer, tell the people what you got for your ticket. Spencer's been eating, you guys. He's been winning a lot of money. Thanksgiving he ate, and his lobster went with his steak and with his turkey dinner.
It was good, man. I had a great day. I had a great teaser ticket last week. I'll try to cook up a couple right now at the top of my head. I love Denver, so I'm going to tease them down big time. I'm going to tease down the Chargers game. I know you don't feel confident about that, but I may buy the extra half point too and just have the Chargers -3, accept a tie if I have to. I don't think it's going to go that way. And then I'm also going to throw the LA Rams on top for that 3-teamer.
I love that, man. I like Devontae Adams and Devon Achane. Anytime touchdowns are going to be my favorite prop bets for players, for skill players, and anytime interception for Shedeur Sanders. On behalf of World of Matchups, my name is Dexter Reid. That's Spencer the Wiz, guys. That's the show. Remember, be careful gambling. Do not lose your livelihood. Do not lose your wife. Do not lose your house. Do not lose your kids. Do not lose your job. Guys, it ain't worth it. We do this for fun, keep track of how good we really think we are, and hopefully some of the things that we're saying to you helps you out. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. It is now the holiday season, and the cream is rising to the top in the NFL. We will see you guys next week. Enjoy the games.
See you guys.